GPT-5. It was supposed to be the Manhattan Project of our generation, a PhD-level expert in your pocket, the smartest, most powerful model ever. So why on launch day did it feel like it had a full frontal lobotomy? Let's be real. You logged in, hyped to see the face of God, and what you got was a chatbot that could barely write a grocery list. The forums exploded. Reddit went into meltdown. People who had built their entire workflows on GPT-4o felt betrayed.
That I felt betrayed.
The feedback was brutal. Degraded quality, clipped, robotic, a complete loss of personality. It wasn't just buggy. It was a downgrade. But here's the thing that drove everyone insane. While you were arguing with a glorified Magic 8 ball, OpenAI was dropping benchmarks showing GPT-5 was basically superhuman. It's achieving near-perfect scores in competition-level math. It's diagnosing complex medical cases better than actual doctors.
I am a surgeon!
So what the hell was going on? How can a model be a certified genius on paper, but a complete moron in practice? This is the great paradox of the GPT-5 launch. And after digging through the technical reports, the user backlash, and the frantic damage control from OpenAI, I found the answer. It's not what you think. It wasn't just a bug. It was a single, catastrophic point of failure in a brand new architecture that nobody was talking about. And once you understand it, you'll never trust a new AI launch the same way again. Before we get to the technical reveal, you have to understand the vibe of the launch. It was a train wreck. First, OpenAI decided to forcibly deprecate all previous models. Your beloved GPT-4o, gone, reduced to atoms. You will use the new thing, and you will be happy. Then, to add insult to injury, they published this. A bar chart so misleadingly scaled it made their lead over competitors look bigger than it was. Sam Altman himself had to go on Twitter and call it a mega chart screw-up. Not a good look when you've just launched what's supposed to be the world's most intelligent system. So you have angry users, broken workflows, and a credibility gap the size of the Grand Canyon, all while the model is acing its exams in the background. It doesn't add up until you learn about the bouncer. The reason GPT-5 felt so dumb is because most of the time you weren't even talking to GPT-5. Here's the deal. GPT-5 isn't one model. It's a unified system with two core parts and a traffic cop. First, you have GPT-5 main. Think of this as the fast, efficient, but kinda basic intern. It handles simple stuff. Then you have GPT-5 thinking. This is the GigaChad, the PhD-level expert. It's computationally expensive, a real beast that handles the heavy-duty reasoning. And in the middle, you have the real-time router. This is the bouncer. Its only job is to look at your prompt and decide. Does this go to the cheap intern, or does it need the expensive genius in the VIP lounge? It's a brilliant system for managing costs at scale, but it has one tiny flaw. What happens if the bouncer is drunk and asleep at the door? On launch day, the router malfunctioned. It failed. So every query, no matter how complex, was getting defaulted to the intern GPT-5 main. You were asking for a deep analysis of quantum mechanics, and the router was sending you to the guy whose main skill is making coffee.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
The entire system appeared dumber because the smart part was completely inaccessible. It was a single point of failure that crippled the entire user experience and created a PR nightmare. Faced with a full-blown user revolt, Sam Altman had to do a walk of shame on Reddit, admitting the router was the problem and promising to reverse the most hated decisions, like looking into bringing back GPT-4o for Plus users.
Listen, we fucked up.
This whole mess has been called the first platform shock of the AI era. It's a brutal lesson in the dangers of depending on a single, centralized, proprietary model. One bad update, one failed component, and your entire business, your creative project, your entire workflow is toast. It revealed a massive disconnect between the benchmark-obsessed world of AI labs and the real-world needs of users who value consistency and, well, a personality. So where do we go from here? The GPT-5 launch wasn't just a failure. It was a gift to OpenAI's competitors. Anthropic's Claude is still king for many developers. Google's Gemini is the context window giant, and the open source movement with Meta's Llama is looking more attractive than ever because it offers an escape from this exact kind of platform shock. The age of a single best model is over. We're in a multipolar AI world now. The GPT-5 launch proved that having the highest score on a math test doesn't matter if you can't even get the front door open. It's a tough lesson, but one the entire industry needed to learn. Because fundamentally, AI isn't just about raw intelligence. It's about trust. And OpenAI just learned how quickly that can be burned to the ground.